In a Violent Nature, the newest horror movie. Let's talk about it. So, In a Violent Nature is the latest horror movie that is on the big screen for you guys to go and check out right now. And they should retitle this movie away from In a Violent Nature. It should be called A Man Who Runs. No. A Man Who Walks Through the Forest. Because that's what this movie is. It's a man that just walks through a forest and stumbles upon people and kills them. That's literally all that happens in the movie. Now, alright. Okay, we're going to get into this because this movie, I tell ya. Look, okay, I didn't enjoy this movie. One, I thought the pacing was horrendous in this movie. The amount of shots where we are just sitting there behind this guy walking through the forest, I was like, what is going on? What is actually going on? Am I watching a nature documentary on forest? Is that what this is? I swear that if you chogged up all the time in this movie spent of the guy walking through the freaking forest, 50% of it, if not more, would just be of him walking through the forest. This literally was just watching the back of his head as he's walking through. And it's not like there's no suspense, no nothing throughout the whole entire film. So there's nothing to even gravitate or grab onto while he's doing that. Because he's the killer. So we're just following the killer. And it's like, okay, well, there's zero suspense here. And this guy just continues to walk. Like, I got a good view of the back of his head. I tell you that. I could literally sit there and sketch the back of his head and the back of his back. No problems whatsoever. That's how long I spent watching it throughout this whole entire film. And those whole scenes, they just drag on so much that you're sitting there like waiting for something to happen and nothing happens. And then when he meets a person that you're thinking, okay, here we go, something's going to happen. Sometimes it did happen. Sometimes it didn't happen. And you're sitting there like, well, what the hell am I doing here watching this now? Which is very frustrating because there is nothing to latch. I couldn't latch onto any characters. Like, they don't develop any of the characters that die or anything like that. So you don't care about them. You don't even know anything about them, really. You just get an idea that they're a bit of assholes out there and stuff like that with some of the conversation that happens in that. But they're dumb. The characters are really dumb. Like they are so dumb that I sat there and I was like, how idiotic do you have to be this dumb? And it's not like they're drunk. They're not drunk or high. They are just sober people who are just making the dumbest choices. Like, when you watch it, you will sit there. There is a scene where someone decides to throw something into the forest. And it is the single most dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then there's one where this guy's like, I'm going to cause a distraction. And it is the single most dumbest kill I've ever seen in my whole entire life in a horror movie. It oozed idiotic characters throughout the whole entire thing. And like I said, there was no suspense, no nothing. And I was kind of like, okay, well, here we go. Just, another slasher movie where this person is impossible to kill, walks very slowly, cuts up a random people, and that's about it. This felt like it was a 4-hour movie. Like, I started to fall asleep through certain bits because I was like, I'm just over. You could cut this movie down a massive chunk and it would run so much better. Now, when you get to the kills, now I get it, this is a lower budget horror movie, so I'm not expecting it to look 100% real or anything like that. There are moments where you can tell that, when the kills are happening, that it's, it's fake. But I have to give them credit for the creativity of the kills. I must do that. Because some of the kills in here, I didn't expect it. Some of them, I was kind of like, the first kill that you see in the movie, you don't actually see, which was kind of disappointing. I was hoping to see that. I was like, come on, I want to see more of that. The second kill is insane, to say the least. That one was like, okay, you have my attention now. Where are we going from here? The third kill, you don't really see either. You don't see anything like that. The fourth kill, creativity. 10 out of 10. No, actually, not 10 out of 10. 20 million out of 10. The creativity. But who came up with that idea to do that kill? I was watching, I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. This is fake. And, what the person, when it happens to them, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't know why you're just standing there and letting this happen, but hey, it happened. But it was inventive, to say the least. Very creative. There's another thing that's creative with a wood chopper that I really thought was like, okay. I thought they were going to do something else with it, but they chose not to do that. And I was kind of like, ooh, this would might if you did it this way, this might have been a bit more of like those moments where you feel the pain and stuff like that. Then there's like obviously some dumb kills and that where you're kind of like, okay, that's pretty standard. I've seen that before. That regular stuff there. So there is that. There's no plot in this movie. I'll tell you that now. Don't go in here expecting any deep moving story or anything like that. This is literally the plot of the movie. There's a guy who's like Freddy Krueger and like Jason and Michael Myers cannot be killed. Just keeps going. You can shoot him as many times. He just keeps going. He gets up. Something gets taken from him. He wants it back, and now he just goes through and walks through the forest and just murders people. That's literally the plot of the movie. The ending, oh man, the ending, I really disliked the ending. The whole ending was pointless. Utterly, utterly pointless. There's this whole exposition on just this person and what happened to them with a bear, and I'm sitting there like, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. Just end the freaking movie now, please. Like, we're sitting there for a good 15 minutes just listening to this chick just rabble on about this. Oh, this is what he said happened. This is what happened. This is what he said. This is what happened. All that stuff. I'm sitting there like, I don't give a shit. End the freaking movie here or do another kill or something like that. Just give me something. Nothing happened in that final bit. And I was just sitting there like, oh, this is dragging on, dragging on, dragging on, dragging on, dragging on. To me, it had the creative kills. It is gory. I'll tell you now, even though you can tell some of it's fake, it is still very gory. There's a lot of blood and guts, and some of the kills are pretty graphic. Which is what I was hoping. Like, when you got a title called In a Violent Nature, you kind of want it to have that thing. It wasn't as violent as I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be a bit more that happened in the movie, but it just didn't. To me, it's not one I'm going to watch again. I'm going to be honest, it's not one. I feel like if you chop this down, this would be a nice little horror short movie where you could have cut scenes out of him walking through the forest and stuff like that. And I reckon it would run a lot smoother and a lot better. Like I said, there's not much depth to it. It's just a creature, human running through and just murdering people. Just for the sake of it. That's what it is. So, but if that's your thing, then that's awesome. If you guys loved it, let me know down in the comment section below. What did you guys love about the film? Or did you like it? Did you not? Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.